Hello everyone, this is a video lesson on the play Touch, written by the Dalit playwright K.A. Gunasekaran. Dr. Gunasekaran was a prominent Tamil intellectual, poet, writer, and foremost he was a theatre practitioner from Tamil Nadu. So much of his work focuses on caste oppression, social justice, and the cultural expressions of Dalit identity. This play, Touch, originally titled Thodu, was first performed in Tamil, and this is a deeply political and poetic exploration of untouchability, collective memory, and the hope for social transformation. So for the ease of teaching, I have divided this into multiple scenes, but the actual play is a play in a single act. Now the stage opens with a powerful visual image. There is an earthen pot which is filled with sand placed at the center, and it is surrounded by 4 tall staffs planted to mark the 4 directions. So the scene is marked by ritual and symbolism. 4 actors stand in a lineup up front. They are modestly covering themselves before silently walking towards the corners. A woman is seen. She kneels and she's shielding the pot with her hair. Now this image conjures a maternal presence. She is a symbolic mother of the land. She embodies both the country and the suffering of its people. So there is a mournful song which is being played in the background, and as the mournful song fades, she raises her head in anguish and addresses the audience. She says, "Oh my people, born to me, my mind is now stricken by agony." She laments the lack of peace among her people, and she evokes colonial invasions from the Greeks to the British. But then she emphasizes that it is not the colonizers, but the internal condition of the people now that brings her the deepest pain. She goes and touches each of the 4 actors, interpreting their stances and turning their bodies. Now this symbolizes fragmentation, lost courage, and denied justice. She tells of a people who have labored to cultivate the land and build the nation, only to be cast aside. So this particular part ends with the woman returning to the center, the others forming a curtain, and she exits quietly, leaving the pot behind. So this act signifies her exit from the scene, but not from the memory. The pot remains on stage. It is a symbol of heritage, struggle, and trauma. So this opening scene sets a ritualistic tone with the pot, sand, and staves creating a symbolic sacred geography. The pot represents Dalit history and heritage, which no one wants to acknowledge. And this pot is central to the narrative. Now in the next part, music shifts. The 4 men who are already there on stage, they now tie their robes around their waists. They perform a vigorous Silambatam dance, which is a traditional martial art of Tamil Nadu performed with sticks or staffs. This is a stylized performance, and it suggests strength and defiance. Now here, dance becomes resistance. The art form of Silambatam, rooted in Tamil martial traditions, it becomes a way of reclaiming agency. The use of staff is symbolic. They are both weapon and can be used as weapons and something to support. So they form a tower, which is a metaphor for solidarity, and it is a visual metaphor of rising above. Soon, they begin to boast about their lineage. One of them says, His grandfather was an unmatched dancer. Another character claims that his father taught Silambatam to the entire village. Another boasts of a father so famous that his name alone inspires awe. And the last one declares that his ancestors invented the art of Silambatam itself. But each of these characters are mocked by the others, and it shows how these proud individual identities lead to conflict rather than unity. So this scene actually shifts to the oral histories, boasting and self-assertion. Each character claims lineage and martial pride, but then they mock each other, and it is a commentary on the internalized caste hierarchies and the performative nature of identity. Now, in the next part, one actor points to the pot and challenges the others to touch it, and no one dares. Each of them feels insulted and provoked by the idea that their courage or ancestry is being questioned. The pot becomes the forbidden object. It evokes the taboo of touch. So none of the actors dares touch it despite their tall claims, their macho claims. The pot, though inanimate, becomes a symbol of pollution. So their fear of touching it reflects the deep caste taboos. And finally, one character breaks the taboo and takes the pot. And this act is revolutionary. It defies untouchability, but it's done quietly without fanfare, and it suggests rebellion can be ordinary and embedded in labor. The scene shifts to another part, which you can almost call a play within a play. A new sequence, an entirely new sequence begins. Now, one of the actors, actor one, he now becomes a farmer. He plays the role of a farmer, and a song is played in the background, which is humorous and ordinary song about peanut prices and the ear studs for karpai. And this farmer, he begins plowing the land using the staves, and there are two other actors who act as bullocks. But what happens is he soon collapses in a fit, and his limbs are flailing about, and then he starts foaming at his mouth. So he basically collapses. Someone arrives, a passerby arrives. He sees what is happening. He hesitates to touch the farmer, which is an allusion to rigid caste taboos. But then finally he helps by placing the plow in the farmer's hand. Because he is having epilepsy, and he places a plow in the farmer's hand and splashes water on his face from a pot, and the farmer is revived. But then he realizes that he was touched by a low caste man. He then recoils violently. He kicks him. The person who was almost dying revives, and then he kicks the person who helped him, and he is angry at the defilement caused by this person by touching him, and he cannot accept the touch of someone lower, even if it saved his life. He smashes the pot, and then he throws away the plow, and because both are now polluted. So this particular part lays bare the excuse me. The scene lays bare the horrifying absurdity of untouchability. So how caste overrules compassion, even in a moment of life and death. In the next part, all the four actors, they sing in chorus. This is what they sing. In the fourfold system, we are not humans. Worse than dogs we are, we don't live here, outcasts we are. Now, this is a direct, searing protest. The actors speak as a collective voice. So, their words echo the Ambedkarite critique, reminding us that Dalits have been treated as subhuman. And actor one of the characters, he returns to remind us of the contradiction. It is the Dalits who built the cities, but now they live like refugees. So the contribution of Dalits to civilization is contrasted with their current exclusion. The questions like, can you touch a cow, a pig, dog, but not a human? It's a question, it is posed directly to the audience, and it challenges the audience. And in the final part, the woman whom we saw earlier, she returns and she kneels once again to the pot to shield the pot with her hair. The four actors walk back to the corner. She lifts her hand and declares, "Oh, my people, I will rejoice only on the day you unite." So this final monologue of hers, it exposes the ongoing caste discrimination, where villages where people cannot wear footwear or drink tea from a common glass. The absurdity is highlighted again with the dialogue they asked earlier. One can touch a pig, a dog, even a cow, but not a fellow human being. And thus the play ends with a symbolic act of reconciliation. The actors step into the audience. They break the fourth wall, step into the audience and touch them on their shoulders, hands, arms. They break the taboo and turning performance into activism. So this is what K. Gunasekaran is known for. The theatrical space is broken. The fourth wall is broken, symbolically dismantling the wall of untouchability. So this is what you call theatre as intervention, and it is both literal and metaphorical. Because literally the actors go and touch the audience. They invite the audience to reflect, respond, and by touching, they invite them to rehumanize. And that is how the play ends. Thank you.